Hello, Dr. Childress here. This is a series where I'm talking about to targeted parents about looking at the Vitas of mental health professionals, interviewing for your employee. And they are your employee. I know they don't think so. I know they're arrogant. I know they're narcissistic. I got all that. We're trying to work on that. But in the meantime, you, as a parent, have to understand that, for me as a clinical psychologist, that within clinical psychology, the attitude is, you are the boss, we work for you. Okay? That's within autism, ADHD, oppositional defiance, school problems, everywhere else in clinical psychology. Every psychologist understands, we work for you. You are the client, we work for you. Now, forensic psychology, they're arrogant. Okay. So, how do you interview for your employee? If you work in a business and you're hiring a secretary, how do you interview for the secretary? You look at their Vita, send me your resume. Duh. Okay. So do the same thing. So when you first meet with a psychologist or MFT or whoever, ask for their Vita. And I see your Vita. They're going to be surprised. They're going to think, "Oh, what? No," and they might not even have one sitting around the office. But if all you parents start asking routinely for people's Vitas, and as they start, they'll get used to so they'll print up a set and they'll have ones that'll be able to give you. In the meantime, they're going to be all confused and they'll say, "I'll get it to you," or they can print one out for you and get their Vita right up front. That's part of the job interview. Now, if you do it later, if you establish therapy with them and then ask for their Vita, they're going to say, "Why are you asking for my Vita now, 3 months in? There's something up. You're going to go after me, aren't you?" But if you do it at the start, it makes total sense. You're doing a job interview, show me your Vita. And so it'll be fine for them. They won't think anything too much of it. It'll be a little unusual. Clients don't typically ask for our Vitas as we go. Now, one of the things, when I first entered private practice, so I left my clinical director job and went into private practice, one of the first things I did was put my Vita up on the web. So you can go to my website and you can grab my Vita. It should be available. I've done a lot of looking, just kind of out of curiosity. I very rarely find the Vitas of mental health professionals or custody evaluators in this. It's interesting. But you're doing a job interview, ask for the Vita, they give it to you. The first thing, couple of things you want to look for. Ultimately, what you want to identify is 2 domains of knowledge in them. First is the attachment system. What's going on in your family is an attachment pathology. It's a problem in the love and bonding system. It's coming from the parent, it's getting transferred to the kid, and it's moving over to you. It's a problem in the love and bonding system of the family. That's the attachment system. So if you have an eating disorder, you go to an eating disorder person. If you have PTSD, you go to a PTSD person. If you have attachment pathology, you come to an attachment person. So that's what you want to first identify. Is you want to identify where and how they got their knowledge of attachment. If they don't have any knowledge of attachment, then you don't want them. Simple as that. If you have an eating disorder and you ask for the mental health professional's Vita and they don't have any knowledge or training in eating disorders, you don't want to hire that person to treat your eating disorders. Go to a person who has knowledge in eating disorders. I mean, that should be a no-brainer. So the first thing we're looking for is attachment pathology. We're looking for background in the attachment system. The second thing we're looking for is background in family systems therapy. There's 4 primary schools of psychotherapy. There's psychoanalytic, think Freud and the couch. There's humanistic existential, think Esalen and hot tubs and self-actualization. There's cognitive behavioral, think Rat Labs and B.F. Skinner and reinforcement and punishment schedules of rats in the laboratory. That's behaviorism. And then there's family systems therapy, which deals with families and family relationships. So you're a layperson, you're not a psychologist, but I bet you can answer this. So if you have Freud and the couch, Esalen and hot tubs, Rat Labs and reinforcement, or family systems and how family systems functioning. Which one of those 4 schools do you think would apply to families? Family systems therapy. Yeah, that's the school to apply. I mean, again, I think that's a no-brainer. But, oh my God, I'm seeing all sorts of people out there in forensic psychology treating children and families and have no knowledge of family systems therapy. That is stunning to me. It's practicing beyond the boundaries of competence. You have no idea what you're doing if you're treating a family and have no idea of family systems therapy. What are you doing? That's insane. But they're doing it. And that's why I call them frauds, and that's why I call them ethical code violations and all that sort of stuff, because that is absolutely insane. They are way beyond violation of ethical code standards in this. And yet people are letting them get away with that. APA is letting them get away with that. Forensic psychology, everybody's letting them get away with it. Okay, so we're going to have to stop letting them get away with it. So those are the 2 things you're looking for. Attachment experience and family systems experience. So we're going to go through the Vita, and I'm going to explain where those sets of information, how to acquire those sets of information.